go to my website, deletelaws.com, and get a trifold. Laminate a copy of your driver's license front and back, your insurance and registration card, put it on a laminated slip, and it goes inside your trifold above your visor. Use the touchdown position. Hand goes on the seat over here as you film. This hand goes up, grabs the trifold, your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. Everything that you do with the cop, you show the camera first. Cop pulls you over, license, registration. I'm already like this. I'm already filming the copper. So what's the first thing you do when you see a copper? You start recording, and your hands, look at my hands. I put my elbow right on that knob. You see that? And now I got my phone, and I'm recording inward right here. I'm recording myself. And then, of course, when the camera shoots across my face and goes out the window, it's hitting the copper. You always want that camera on yourself, so if anything happens to you, we can see you get hit. We want to make sure that you're in the camera. So you film like this. You hold your hands up in the touchdown position. Then when copper pulls you over, reach up, grab your trifold, your laminated driver's license, proof of registration, insurance. Right there, cop says, hey, can I get your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance? You pull it down and you hand it to him. There it is. Now he has my license, registration, proof of insurance. He says, hey, where are you going? Perfect. Now you grab your trifold out the top, you point at the trifold where it says, I plead the Fifth Amendment. You show it to the cop and you say, I plead the Fifth Amendment, officer. Where you heading? Officer, I just showed you on the trifold, I plead the Fifth. Please don't ask me any more questions. If I violated a code, then give me a ticket. I want to leave. Thank you for your time. You know how fast you were going? Officer, you're now harassing me. I've invoked my Fifth Amendment right. I showed it to the camera. This footage is going to go to the judge when I sue you. As soon as I hand him this, where are you coming from? Where are you going? What are you doing? Who'd you date when you were in 11th grade? Eat my shorts, copper. Stop harassing me. I've already invoked my Fifth Amendment right. I have a right to counsel if you're going to question me. You don't see my lawyer here with me, do you? So get the flock out of here. Go have a ham sandwich. Go beat your wife. Go beat your 8-year-old kid. Get the flock away from my car. You're on camera. Everything's going to be on camera. Can you step out of the car? Sure, I'll step out of the car. Cop says, can I search your car? Sure, you can search my car. Go ahead. He starts to search it. I revoke consent. It's on my trifold, United States versus Williams. I revoke consent. There's not enough drug dogs to get there in time, or they violate Rodriguez versus United States 2015. You use that trifold like it's a piano that you're playing. It'll keep you safe from the piggies. You got to get used to this. You got to get used to mincing the words you use properly, because they're trying to mince words with you to arrest you, steal your car, kidnap you, and put you in a frickin' dungeon. I wish that wasn't true. I wish this wasn't my business. I really wish that I had no trifold business where I didn't sell a trifold to make a living, because so many people didn't have to worry about their rights being violated. But that's not the case. That's not the case. If you answer one question, where are you going? I'm going to my mom's house. Where are you coming from? You writing a book? You want to be my boyfriend? What are you talking about? Why are you asking me all these questions? We're not dating, bro. I'm straight. Sorry, homie. Don't ask me where I'm going. It says on the trifold, I do not agree to answer any questions. Don't ask me where I'm going. Don't ask me where I'm coming from. Use your trifold. Use it. I sell it for $9. You can download it. Then you have a copy you can give to all your friends. Or if you don't have $9, I'll give it to you for free. I'll give it to you for free. There's my grifting ways. I give away the product I sell for free. I'm a real grifter. Get my trifold. Get it in your car. If you don't have one, I'll give you one for free. If you can't afford $9, if you no problem. If you can afford the $30 one, get it. Put it in your car. It's badass. Keep it. Use your damn trifold. By the way, when you get the $30 indestructible one, I send it. I give you a nice thick. It's actually a broccoli wad. You know, the broccoli wad rubber bands, nice thick black rubber band. That's what Aaron Queen's talking about, because I really want you to put the trifold up on your visor, just like that. Put that around your visor, your trifold. How many people don't have their license, registration, proof of insurance? I do a photocopy of my driver's license. I do a laser copy of the front of my driver's license and the back of my driver's license, because I'm not going to put my actual driver's license in a plastic laminated fold. So what I do is I do a laser copy of the front and the back, and then I do a laser copy of my registration and proof of insurance, and then I put them on one long plastic card that kind of mimics the same size as my trifold. And then my registration, insurance, and proof of ID all goes in here. And then when the cop pulls me over, I use this touchdown position. That's why I give you guys the rubber band with your order. It's a small little thing, but I don't want you trying to find the right rubber band. I sell you a nice, thick, black broccoli wad rubber band that goes right inside of your, right there. What's wrong with having the necessary tools above your head, putting your hands above the steering wheel so you don't get shot? They're shooting people. I wish it was a joke. I really wish I didn't have a business. I wish my business was failing miserably because so many cops were doing it right. That's what I wish. It's just not the case. You got to have the trifold on you. And I don't care about your $9. I'll give it to you for free. Get it in your car. I appreciate it if you can buy it. Thanks. I don't care. Your $9 ain't going to make or break me, bud. Your $30 for the indestructible one doesn't make or break my day today. It just doesn't. But if you have my trifold in your car, it might make or break your day. It could save your life. Someone wrote me an email the other day, and I talked about this the other day, and they said, Chili, the guy started the back and forth with me, and right away I invoked my Fifth Amendment right. He said, where are you coming from? And I said, I don't answer any questions. It's on the trifold.
Well, sir. Pulled over because of her speed. It's your license, please. Where are you headed today? That's perfect. It's your license, please.
Sure. That's my license, insurance, proof of registration.
Hey, Mr. Casher, you still live at that mailing address you have here? That's for sole purpose of the infraction, sir. I don't want to get mailed out to somewhere else. All right, so just remain inside the vehicle. I'll be right back.
He said, okay. And he went back and did his thing. That's what I want to hear. I want your testimonial. I want to hear from you that I used your trifold. I didn't answer any questions. I got a ticket, but I didn't have to have that. Where are you going? Where are you coming from? What's your favorite color? Can I search your car? Which what I do now, when I know this jackboot thug pig is going to search my car, on your trifold is the 2018 case of Williams versus United States. And as soon as they say, I want to search your car, I know that this jackboot thug pig is going to invoke the Carroll Doctrine, the exigent circumstances clause of the Carroll Doctrine, and say that he's searching my car because he believes I have contraband, or he believes there's a possible loss of life, a danger to someone's life. So I just got this feeling this cop's going to search my car. So I tell him, he goes, hey, can I search your car? And I go, sure, you can search my car. Step out for me. Sure. I start to get out. He starts to search my car. And I say, oh, officer, I revoke consent. I revoke consent. It's right here, 2018, United States versus Williams. It says right on my trifold right here that if I can give consent, I revoke consent. He says, oh, I'm going to call a drug dog out here to do a walk around your car. I said, oh, sorry, officer, 2015 Rodriguez versus United States says that you can't extend a traffic stop to search my car without a single articulable fact or reasonable articulable suspicion that I'm somehow doing something where you need a drug dog out here. And if they can't do that, which they can't, oh, I'm going on a hunch, everything, remember, you're filming everything. Then you got that copper when you go to court. And anything that he gets from your car is fruit of the poisonous tree, the 1961 case of Matt versus Ohio. I really wish that I didn't have this business. But I do. But I do because so many people are cheated by the pigs. Because so many people are cheated by the pigs. OTVO. Everybody put it in the chat. OTVO. OTVO. Put it in the chat. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Where are you coming from? Going to work? You live in this area? Now, at this point, by the third or fourth question, me being the mother I would say, hey, cop, I told you 3 times. I plead the 5th. Now back the f*** up. Leave me alone. You have no right to question me. Do your job. Give me a ticket or don't. But off, piggy. That would be my response. I don't recommend that you do that response. I recommend you go like this. Where are you going? Where are you heading? What are you doing? What time you coming home? Did you sleep with your wife last night? Are you dating anybody? Do you like steak? Do you like eggs? Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam. I do not like green eggs and ham.
How iconic does Charlie look back there?
And instead of answering any of those things, I simply say, Copper, I plead the Fifth Amendment. Copper keeps questioning me, and I say, I'm not going to answer any questions. Please leave me alone. Any further questioning is outright harassment.
Everybody, welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? How is everybody doing tonight? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Everybody, do me a favor and hit the like button. Just real quick, take your finger and just tappity tap, tap, tap on the like button, if you would, real quick. And we're going to begin this show. There is a lot to talk about tonight. There's a lot of things going on. I look at this. There's a lot of things that have to be said, and sometimes you got to kind of wade into it. So if you would please hit the like button and then put in the comment section for me. OTVO stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio. If you guys have not seen a YouTube channel called The Homeless Romantic, today I did a 2-hour stream with him where I talked about jail, talked about some of the things I had been through. So, you know, it was pretty hardcore to get into there, but I think that today we need to talk about Canton, Ohio. This is the Canton, Ohio Police Department. This is their Facebook page right here. This story has developed a little bit, and I have a couple more things to show. I made this video yesterday, and the audio didn't record on it properly, and so I thought I would just cover it live since I'm here. You have rights on what is going on, Playboy. Apparently, there's some YouTubers having drama with each other. Listen, for those YouTubers who are having drama, I've been in the jail for 4 months. I have nothing really to. I'm not wading into any YouTube drama. If you guys want to have your YouTube drama, go ahead and have it. But I'm just not interested. You know, I just have bigger things to do. And you know, someone said that I was mentioned in some YouTube drama earlier tonight. Rights on said that I was mentioned in some drama earlier tonight. And you know what? I don't know you guys. I don't know any of you guys involved in the drama. We're not friends. We don't hang out. You know, I would rather just stay away from it all. I'd rather just keep doing what we're doing right here. Just keep doing, and you know, just so you know, 66% of you watching this are not subscribed. So hit the subscribe button if you would real quick. And you know, YouTube is trying to force me into going into a vertical format. They're rewarding people who do a vertical format and giving them lots and lots of views. You know, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know if I care so much. You know, I care about people who are truly into the movement of overturning Terry versus Ohio. And we're going to get into this Canton Police Department video. But what are the 4 parts of Terry? Because I always used to say 3 parts of Terry because I just factored officer safety as like being a given, that everybody knew about officer safety. The 4 parts of Terry versus Ohio: number 1, officer safety over all of our rights. Number 2, it creates the RAS. Reasonable articulable suspicion didn't even exist until 1968 with the Terry versus Ohio case. Number 3, it allows cops to run up and grab you. It used to be a light pat down with the back of the hand on the front of the trousers. Now they run up and grab you. It's a POW style arrest on your knees, on your belly, hands on your head. Number 4, it then allows them to detain you. Detainment used to be you have to stand in this area right here where we have a conversation or whatever you'll say to me without invoking your Fifth Amendment right. Now detainment equals you go in torture cuffs, you go to jail. So yeah, they've created an us versus them mentality. Just got these in. I just got these bad chickens in. Let me flip this one around so you guys can read it. Okay. I'll put it on this way. I just got these in. I'll have them online by tomorrow. I got these right here. Team DLZ. We don't stop. I just got these bands in. Right Way Ministries, I want to give you a shout out. Thank you so much for showing me how to get these done. And he got the first batch right there. So there it is. Team DLZ, we don't stop. I'll have these bands tomorrow on the website. I will have them tomorrow. Very, very excited about that. I want to try to get as many people. Yeah, YouTube's trying to get everybody to shoot vertically so they can take on TikTok. I'm not interested in being a marketing ploy for YouTube. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in trying. I don't want TikTok to be taken down. I don't. There's thousands of creators on there. I don't want them to lose their jobs. A lot of people love TikTok. I don't want TikTok to be destroyed. So with that being said, let's jump into this video. So Claudette, nice to see you. Brandy Swain, you guys put OTVO in the chat and I'll give you some shout outs. We got Chuck P is in here. Writes On is in here. Paul is in here. Joe is in here. Brandy, what's up, Playboy? What is up, Playboy? You must have a trifold in your car, Team DLZ. And just so you guys, let me just reiterate this. I'm doing 2-for-1 on trifolds. I'm doing 2-for-1. Go to deletelaws.com. I'm doing 2-for-1 on the indestructible trifold. And these are not made out of paper. They're made out of polypropylene, meaning they don't just rip or tear. You know, you can destroy them. Sure, you can. You can definitely destroy it. We call it an indestructible trifold because you can pour coffee on this and wipe it off. And then you have your 12 different cases on here that you'll need. But more than anything, invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So I'm doing 2-for-1 on trifolds through the weekend, 2-for-1 on trifolds. There's no code. There's no nothing. I just put 2 trifolds. You order 1, I give you 2. You order 2, I give you 4. That's the deal I'm doing. I've been giving away the cop cards still. That's just what I'm going to do. It's like my mission in life. It's what I'm supposed to do. So this is the Canton Police Department Facebook page, and you may want to take down this information that you're going to see on this Facebook page. But the Canton Police Department is currently having all kinds of problems. And why are they having all kinds of problems? Because they're getting caught by social media. They're getting caught by what? By the cameras. The reason why Canton Police Department is having so many problems is because of the camera phone. This is the reason why. Because you put a camera on your house, a camera on your business, a camera on your car. The camera is exposing what these cops are doing to people. I talked to a security guard at the grocery store the other day, and he was talking about being a cop. And I said, anything you could do, anything. Corey said, hey, been following you for a while, and you have helped me deal and put pigs out there in their place. Corey, I'm so happy to hear it. I'm so happy to hear that, man. So this is the Canton Police Department Facebook page, and let's get right into this video. And there's their phone number, their address. You can go to their Facebook page. It's a public profile. This is the Canton, Ohio Police Department Facebook page. Every single person should stop by there and let them know what they think.
At its police.
And then I think the best part about this video is how the mainstream state-run media can't help but be honest about what scumbags these cops in our country are.
They are once again furious at its police department after video posted on social media shows an awful in one community or one.
People in one community, Canton.
Once again, some people in one community are once again furious at its police department.
Are once again furious? Well, it's got to be more than one event, right?
After video posted on social media shows an officer kicking a suspect who appears to be complying. Investigator Kelly Kennedy explains what happened and spoke with neighbors who witnessed this incident.
You heard the honesty from one reporter, even though he didn't want to say it because he's state-run. Let's see what the next reporter is going to say.
Sadly, this isn't new in Canton. There's been a lot of mistrust between the community and police after several controversial use of force incidents just this year. As you can see in
What did she say? I think let me hold on a minute. Let me see if I can. What did she just say? Did she just say there's been a lot of controversy?
is with his hands up when
Understand why the cop
91-year-old Jameer McElroy was on his knees with his hands up when police
So his name is Jameer McElroy. I covered a little bit of this the other day. This video we're doing right now is going to go into great detail.
arrived. Suddenly, he's kicked to the ground by an officer.
I don't understand why the cop ran up and kicked him in his face.
He kicked him on the left side of his chest. YouTube censors. You see more in UFC fights, so get off my channel.
But it was uncalled for.
Police say several people ran and officers chased some of them. They say
some of them.
one suspect was carrying a gun.
One suspect was carrying a gun, but they're not announcing an arrest because that's a bullshit lie so they can abuse and hurt people and justify it to all the bootlickers.
The chase was called off. Police say officers ordered the suspects to the ground and they appeared to comply. Police say one officer kicked a 21-year-old in the chest. Kimberly Bell also lives in the complex. She didn't see it happen, but said she saw the young men in the parking lot an hour earlier.
It's an old saying, never kick a man while he's down. And that's literally what this man did.
McElroy was charged with resisting arrest and obstructing official business. McElroy's attorney sent us a statement, which reads in part, "It should not be lost on anyone that after officers attacked him
And you saw the entire thing. When the cops pulled up, he got on his knees
and hospitalized him, they issued charges which find no support in the video. Tension between the community and the police has been growing since Frank Tyson died in police custody in April.
Frank Tyson died in police custody. Well, what do you mean he died in police custody? Can we get into some detail on that, please?
Coroner's office ruled his death a homicide.
Oh, he died in police custody and his death was ruled a murder. Homicide equals murder. We should know more about that, shouldn't we?
The two officers involved are on paid administrative leave.
So if his death was ruled a homicide, then maybe, just maybe, we should look into exactly what everything entails in Frank Tyson's arrest. And here is the Frank Tyson arrest video. Here's the Frank Tyson arrest video. Check this out. He dies in police custody and it's ruled a homicide. But then...
Car's right there.
All right.
Yeah, he's in the VFW right now. White motor, black in the VFW.
Bert, you want to come with me?
Over the next 2 minutes, officers make their way down the street and into the bar.
Right there.
Please get him out of here now.
No, we're going outside. We're going outside.
No, you're killing me. You're killing me tonight.
So wait a minute. Frank Tyson says, no, get the sheriffs because you're not killing me tonight about the Canton Police Department.
No, we're going outside. We're going outside.
Get the sheriff, so he's willing to surrender to the sheriff, but not to the Canton police.
You're killing me. You're killing me tonight. You're killing me. No.
What do you think's going to happen next? What do you think?
You guys are killing me. They're killing me. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me.
Frank Tyson saying the cops are trying to kill him, that he'll surrender to the sheriff. Why is he saying that? And then he dies and his death is ruled a murder? I wonder what's going on in Canton, Ohio.
Why is that kill? They're trying to kill me. You're killing the sheriff department. Call the sheriff department. Call the sheriff department. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. Call the sheriff. Call the sheriff. Call the sheriff department. Call the sheriff.
And listen to the bootlicker in the back. They're trying to help you. Is that right? By throwing me on the ground and putting me in torture cuffs? Man, I could use this kind of help every day. Just a total, complete, and absolute lie. There's not a single word about the truth. Tyson's saying, call the sheriff. The woman is screaming, they're trying to help you. In which kind of bozo clown world are you living in, honey? There's no cops trying to help me. So now let's go back to the scene where James McElroy is kicked in the chest. And then the mainstream reporter is talking about how Frank Tyson was willing to surrender to the sheriff, but not to the Canton Police Department. And so now this is the next one where Canton
Police Department.
This is the next problem in Canton, Ohio.
Is in hot water again after one of their own is on leave due to a use of force investigation. Now, the chief is recommending that officer be terminated.
That chief is recommending that officer be terminated, but what about stripping his peace officer certificate so he can't be a cop anymore? Put in the chat, Strip his certificate. We don't give a damn if he gets fired. He'll just get rehired the county over.
A neighbor took this video of a Canton police dog attacking a man.
So YouTube censors, there's no attack shown here, so get off my channel.
From the police body camera video, you can see the man is on the ground and not in handcuffs.
So this is the worst part for me because I've covered this about a month or two ago. Not a month, couldn't have been 2 months ago. I was in jail. But these 3 cops are on top of this guy. They have him completely subdued. This cop walks up and says, "Hey, let's have the dog attack him." And these 3 cops get off of him. Watch.
The canine biting the suspect's arms.
See that? This cop is telling the other cops to get out of the way so the dog can bite him.
And not in handcuffs. The canine biting the suspect's arms.
See, he's grabbing the other copper and pulling him off of him as he has both of his hands behind his back. They got him.
And not in handcuffs.
They got him. There's 2 cops on his back. One cop has one arm. The other cop has the other arm. He's done. The 3rd cop is overkill, but the 3rd cop is overkill in the worst kind of way. He's going to peel the men off of him that have. So if these are the good cops, then this bad cop pulls off the good cops. So the bad cop can then attack him with a dog. But what do the good cops do? They don't say, "No, I got him." They roll off to watch the dog bite him.
Cuffs. The canine.
Watch it slow. See that? They got him. One guy has each arm. This cop then pulls these guys off of him.
Biting the suspect's arms.
Look.
For about 10
Get out of the look. He's pulling him out of the way.
seconds before
Now the dog starts biting a guy.
The officer pulls the dog,
ripping and tearing on his fingers, arms, wrist.
Dog away.
You can tell by just watching what the dog was doing to him, the physical trauma in the areas that he had where he was bit and attacked by this dog, where the dog was just let loose on him.
Ken Abarno, who represents Kevin Connor, the man attacked by the dog, says they want justice.
And you can imagine what happens when you see that dog's face or head just shaking on him.
The officer seen in this video is Nicholas Casto. He was placed on administrative leave per policy. Chief John Gabbard said he reviewed the incident and it is a clear violation of department policy and actions are not in line with our mission, our values, or our training.
We were
Sorry about that. Looks like it. Let me fix that for you real quick.
encouraged by the level of accountability that the Canton Police Department is taking relative to the officer. It's the first step.
The next step, according to the attorneys, should be
So why isn't this cop right here charged?
first
Hold on a
step.
second.
the next step, according
That's
to
the cop right there who pulled the 2 good cops off who had him detained, and now he's putting him in torture cuffs. Why isn't he charged? Because if it was you and me and we pulled someone out of the way so a dog could attack somebody, we'd all be charged.
the attorneys should
Look at him. What a piece of shit maggot. I want to get his
Sir,
face.
it's the first step.
the next step, according to the attorneys, should
I'd like to know who that pig is.
charges.
I'd like to know who that pig is right there. That's that pig, right? Excuse me for calling them pigs. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to call you filthy pigs. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad about calling you guys pigs. Who's the good cop on the scene here? Which is the good cop? Which is it? You filthy, nasty pigs. You really are. I mean, you joined that dog shit organization. You deserve everything you get.
Against the officer.
His actions, if done by an ordinary citizen, most likely would have warranted charges. We're wondering why no charges have been filed as of yet.
According to Canton Police, there is a hearing for Officer Casto on June 21st with the safety director. Reporting, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
So now what's going to happen is there's going to be
They are once again furious at its police department after
on anyone that after officers attacked him and hospitalized him, they issued charges, which find the coroner's administrative leave.
Here real quick.
Another officer was fired. On this 3 people, including this 21-year-old. Canton police say the actions of this officer are currently under review.
Runs up and kicks the kid, Just so unbelievable what we're seeing. So then after this, it's going to go to the city council meeting.
Many of you saw the video that's circulating over the weekend involving the Canton police officer keeping suspects in custody. You've heard me say numerous times on more than one occasion that we can do better, and I'm tired of saying it. It is about action. This behavior is...
He's saying it's about action, okay? But you got a bunch of cops who are pulling people off people so the dog can attack him. Everybody welcome reviews. Reviews in Arabic. Welcome, my friend.
Not acceptable and will not be tolerated by any department in the city, including Canton PD. And this will be handled. I want to also reiterate that I have total faith in Police Chief Gabbard and his ability to lead our police department.
Oh, yeah? So the mayor's saying he has total confidence in Police Chief Gabbard. Well, who would have been in charge of watching that black pig pull those two white pigs off the guy who they had already completely detained? Who would be in charge of that? Who is that? Would that be Gabbard? Would that be Police Chief Gabbard? So you have complete faith in a total jackboot thug pig. Put it in the comment section. JBTP, jackboot thug pig. But this mayor has total faith in Gabbard.
And it is very unfortunate that situations like this reflect on our entire department.
Reflect? What are you talking about? This is all cops in all cities in all states in America. It's not a few bad apples. I never have to search for content. New content every day.
We already gave the chief, the safety director, opportunity, and the mayor to fix what's going on in the city, and they have failed us numerous times. We hear the same speech over and over, how you guys are sick of it, but we are the ones who's
right, she's saying it. The mayor's saying how he's tired of this, and he feels real bad that all the cops get painted with a broad brush. They all agree to those policies, procedures, and protocols.
Isn't it family, friends, children that we have watched, babysit, watched grow up with our children being beat by Kansas City police, and nothing is being done. The reality is, our black male children are terrified from the police. The chief of police has the nerve to say that their officers are stressed out. They're in fear of their life when they see the police, because the police put them here to guard. It's time for someone to say enough is enough and say about these things.
The city is already tired. We're tired, y'all. What's going to happen when everybody here gets sick and tired, y'all? Then you will have a problem. If we're told, do what the police tell you and you won't get hurt. You're told, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have no fear. We believe actions, not words. A running direct hit to the chest can kill someone. People don't carry a giant sign and say, I have a heart condition. Maybe don't kick me in the chest.
Give me liberty or give me death.
This guy's the funniest because he's straight up, there are leaders and there are people who are not leaders, but he understands that he's not really the leadership kind of guy. And listen to what he says. Daniel Gates, you're a beautiful person, man.
You guys keep coming after people all across America. I'm not just saying Canton. The people are going to revolt, which is our constitutional right under the Second Amendment of the Constitution.
Well, he's a little confused, but that's okay. And I hope that we don't have to go to a full revolt.
I am tired of brutality.
Under the Second Amendment, what does that mean exactly?
I'm tired of violence, and I'm tired of not having peace. We were guaranteed life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I am not pursuing happiness because every time I walk out the door, Every time I walk out the door, the police, they're coming for me. They're coming for my people. We elect you. We bring you here. Do I need to step up? Do you really want a guy like me? Leading, Ken, I got dreads and I got crystals in my hair, I got tattoos. I am the common man. You put yourselves here. You should hold yourselves to a higher standard because you put yourself in that higher standard.
And I want to say, I'm ashamed of all of them. I'm very ashamed of the connection every one, especially the mayor. You know, to really make me feel like this, I went to Ferguson surgery 10 days ago for Mike Brown.
So this is Frank Tyson's brother.
10th year anniversary.
The guy who was saying, they're going to kill me, get the sheriff's department, Canton Police Department's going to kill me.
Hands up. They showed me more love in the authority, which also my hometown. Come on. I can be proud of all Canton, my home. Wow. No, not at all. Not proud no more. If you love your own or especially black ones. I'm saying it's gonna be one of your family member, and you're gonna be on this side in the club that I did not chose to be in. I didn't chose this club. Y'all here.
That's exactly correct. So there's been a little update on this case. I want you guys to check.
If you're a dog lover, you will find this next.
So the cop actually did the sign of, I'm going to give you a treat. The dog never bites him. So the bootlickers in the comments, the dog never bit him. It was just a dog barking and lunging like dogs do when they're afraid of a pig.
Story upsetting. A black retriever mix is shot and killed by a police officer responding to a report of out-of-control dogs. But the slain dog owner says it's the cop who was out of control and his fury was unleashed at a city council meeting. Les Trent explains, and we warn you, the video is intense.
Oh, the video is intense. And this guy, he spent some time in the gym.
This guy is furious.
And so the community backs him up and says, let him speak. They get in the way of the cops torture cuffing him.
He was addressing the city council, but when he's told his 3 minutes are up, he loses it. But he still has plenty to say. A crowd of supporters gather around him.
Look at her. God bless America. God bless her. Look at her. Look at you, honey. God bless you. God bless you. She's unarmed. She has a camera in her hands. She gets between the pig and the citizen. God bless her.
Police step in to block the angry neighbors in Davenport.
Look at that. She's facing him down, man.
Iowa. They're rallying around Dawn Hesseltine, whose dog was just gunned down by a police officer. Newly released body cam footage shows the family was just gunned.
It wasn't just a puppy, says his t-shirt. It wasn't just a puppy. It was their dog.
Gunned down by a police officer. Newly released body cam footage.
Now this is going to make you sick right here.
It shows the family's black retriever mix.
See that? He's putting the hand out as though he's giving a treat. Every dog knows when you put your hand out like that, you're giving a treat to him. So the dog who stopped right here is going to approach when the cop makes the sign that he's going to give him a treat.
Rush towards the officer.
See, look, he's looking for the treat. Watch it again. Watch it again.
His body cam footage shows the family's black retriever mix rush towards the officer.
You see that? His tail's wagging.
Body cam footage shows the family's black retriever mix rush towards the officer. The cop draws his gun and shoots. The dog, named Mist, runs off, whimpering.
Shots fired. I just shot a dog.
Surveillance footage from moments before shows the family pet playfully running alongside Hesseltine's son and cousin who are on their bikes. The officer is responding to a report of 4 dogs on the loose. The cop says he asked the children to put the dog on a leash. Surveillance from the family's front yard shows the horror that unfolds next. The dog runs up to the cop and starts barking. The family rushes over, but it's too late. The officer fires. As the dog runs away, the family realizes he's been shot. missed
You're not allowed to show it. They on Inside Edition, they have to blur that the dog is in its death throes. Can't show it. Can't show what the government's doing to the people in America.
collapses and dies. Police officials are supporting the cop, saying his actions were lawful. They sent us these screenshots from the body cam stating the salivating dog aggressively confronted him, baring its teeth, and was repeatedly snapping at him.
But that's a lie. That's an absolute lie. We just saw it. They're lying. That's not true. Dogs bark at people. That's what they do. The actions were lawful, and the Davenport Police Department. Hold on a second. Help me understand this. Who created the policy that the cops could shoot dogs? The cops did. Who voted on that policy? The cops did. Who decided that it was actions are lawful if you kill someone's dog? The cops said that. Did you vote on that? Did you put a 1 in the chat if you did not vote? Put a 1 in the chat if you did not vote that killing your dog is lawful. Put a 1 in the chat if you did not vote for that. I just want to see how many people did not vote that cops could kill your dog because the dog barks at him and is being aggressive, because that's what dogs do when you're around the children that the dog was just playing with for hours on end. As soon as a stranger comes up in some uniform, the dog is going to be aggressive towards him, but he didn't bite him. So the actions were lawful because the cops said it was. That's what I'm talking about with leadership. When I'm governor, that policy will be changed. I'll take their guns away. You no longer need to make split-second decisions anymore with cameras everywhere. You no longer need to make a split-second decision. It just is not necessary anymore in today's day and age.
They sent us these screenshots.
Right, but we saw the dog never bit him. That's what dogs... Charlie, where you at? Come here. Let me take a look at your teeth.
From the body cam stating the salivating dog aggressively confronted him.
Right, the salivating dog.
Baring its teeth and was repeatedly snapping at him.
He was barking and lunging like dogs do to get you to back off.
The fatal shooting comes after an incident just last month when the same officer accidentally ran over an unleashed dog and killed it. Here's the officer speaking.
So this is a different
to the stunned owner after hitting the dog.
That's why you gotta have your dog on a leash, bro.
Officer Ethan Bach also makes this callous call over the radio.
Some freaking dog just ran out here and I smoked it.
Now this heartbroken man wants the police department to know his dog wasn't just a puppy, he was a cherished family member.
Let's just see something real quick. Let me just see something here. Not now. I don't like that. Let me see what's missing here. That's Iowa. I'm not gonna be able to find the right one. It's gonna frustrate me. I should have done it when I was in between things here. So I mean, this is what we're seeing. They create a policy that makes it legal to do to us and to our family and to our pets whatever they want to do, whatever they decide the policy is, and then hey, it was legal. It's in our policy book that if a dog comes at me and barks and snaps and growls, I can shoot him. It was legal. I just smoked the dog. I just had to smoke that dog. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I had to smoke it. You had to smoke a dog? Like, these are not hot dogs. What? These... Do you see what I'm saying? Remember, these come out tomorrow. Team DLZ. These come out tomorrow. We don't stop. We don't stop, Team DLZ. Shauna and Steve, I put one of these in your package with your hoodie. Shauna and Steve, you got one of these coming already with your hoodie in your package. I sent out. So you got those coming. What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? What is up with the Playboy?
Officers violently arrested this man. Why? It's because he insulted one of them. We uncovered this case, and it's now cited in the DOJ's final...
Take a look at what they're doing to people. He insulted them, told them to F off. They got him torture cuffed, and they're pushing him up against... This is just disgusting. We cannot allow this to continue.
Investigation against Phoenix police. I'm ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscobing.
Dave Biscobing, you're my hero, brother.
And this is another story in a special series. We're taking the DOJ's written report and turning it into video. Now, the video you just saw is part of a larger pattern. The DOJ found it's a pattern of Phoenix officers unlawfully retaliating against critics. The feds covered that issue on pages 81 through 84. And as always, we want you to follow along. Just scan the code for an official copy of the DOJ's report.
I was knocking on your window.
Phoenix PD officers unlawfully arrest or use force in response to criticism, insults, or perceived disrespect during daily encounters. Often, within seconds, officers react with force to verbal slights. That's what the DOJ wrote, and that's exactly what we exposed.
In your way until you stop. Don't. Okay.
Well, this arrest didn't make the news. No deaths, no shots. So while a case like this flies under the radar,
it doesn't, though. That's the thing. That's the reason why so many people are here, because this does not fly under the radar. Nobody likes seeing this. This is trash.
it's also the kind of arrest that can grab the attention of federal investigators. Remember, right now in Phoenix, Phoenix police are under a top-to-bottom Department of Justice investigation.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Do you guys understand that? They can have what's called a dissent decree with the federal government. It doesn't matter until there are criminal codes, PB 101, Police Brutality 101, PB 102, Police Brutality 102. And with each, and so let's do a simple one. PB 306, harassment. Let's just say Police Brutality 306, harassment. What's the punishment? Your peace officer certificate is stripped. That's what has to happen. There have to be criminal codes. And if you're charged criminally, each and every PB, each and every police brutality code carries with it that your peace officer certificate is cut in half and stripped. Then you'll have real change. Oh, they're under federal investigation. They're under a federal decree. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Until one of us is governor, until one of us is mayor of the city, until one of us can change the police policies where they're allowed to shoot your dog, they're allowed to turn around and put your hands behind your back, even though you're not violent. The only time the words turn around and put your hands behind your back should ever be uttered is when there's someone who's a physical violent victim. That has to change from leadership. They can have all the federal investigations and decrees they want. It doesn't matter.
Police are under a top-to-bottom Department of Justice investigation.
Oh, it's a Department of Justice investigation. So let me ask you a question. How many cops are going to go to prison? How many cops are going to go to jail? It's a load of shit. It's to appease you. Hey, they're under a federal investigation by the Justice Department. They're under a federal investigation. Holy shit. Well, that's going to change everything, man. That's going to clean them. They're going to change after this for sure. After this, man, it's all downhill for them.
It turns out it was a case that caught the DOJ's attention because it's listed as their top example. Quote, for instance, while this investigation was ongoing, in 2022, Phoenix PD officers slammed a man into a police cruiser and began to arrest him seconds after he insulted an officer. Our story showed what happened.
We're across the street from where it happened. When did it happen? So it happened August 2nd of 2022.
This is Kenny Ronald McDonald, and we're across the street from PLEA, the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association, the police union. It's not the wisest place to do what Kenny did. While an officer was parked in the PLEA parking lot,
that's the whole thing. We have freedom of the speech in this country, and cops are supposed to be able to handle challenging and provocative language. I'll say whatever I want to you dirty fucking pigs anytime I want.
Wisest place to do what Kenny did. While an officer was parked in the PLEA parking lot, he rode by and insulted the officer. Now, the audio doesn't begin until this point.
Have a good day.
Another officer shows up.
You know we could go code 6 and for right and left to center.
They're just trying to figure out what crime they can beat him up for.
We could.
They claim Kenny continued to insult them from the sidewalk. After 10 minutes, the second officer pulls out of the parking lot. You can see Kenny ride up, knock on the window.
Can you help me out with something? What do you need? There's a bunch of people that need help over. You guys help people, right?
I love what Kenny Ronald McDonald just said. He said, you guys help people, right? Because that's the answer every pig gives you. Why'd you sign up to be a pig? I signed up to help people.
Can you help me out with something? What do you need? There's a bunch of people that need help over. You guys help people, right? What do you need? Do you help people? I'm asking.
The man confronted the officer to point out that police were not helping unhoused people across the street. As the man complained, the officer told him by arguing he was obstructing police operations.
Yeah.
Remember, I was put in jail for obstruction for doing nothing but filming a cop. Screw these pigs, really. They're bad. Police are bad people, and there's no other way to see it. I'm sorry.
Getting in my way. It's called obstructing police operations. Oh, yeah? I'm going to a call right now. So, if you don't need anything... I wasn't in your way until you stopped. Okay.
The man laughed and called the officer a dumb. Immediately, the officer grabbed the man's arm and slammed him into the police cruiser in order to arrest him.
I called him a dumb, and it's very clear that sent him over the edge. And yeah, he arrested me.
Our reporting also exposed.
Let me show you guys something. Watch closely right here. Watch this slow motion. I'm going to tell you something.
It's very clear.
Okay, right there. So they're going to grab Kenny Ronald McDonald's arm and twist it behind his back. And I'm going to tell you something. Watch this.
That sent him over the edge.
That right there, it got my video demonetized and age restricted by YouTube. I showed that right there in a short. The cop grabbed the guy and throw him around and push him into the car. My video was demonetized and age restricted. That's most of my videos right now. Most of my videos are demonetized and age restricted. Why? Because YouTube is being ran by operatives from the United States government. It's just a simple fact. YouTube has United States government agents telling them what to censor constantly. That's what's happening. Am I wrong? I mean, am I incorrect about this? You just saw it. Watch it again, and my video was demonetized and age restricted.
Very clear. That sent him over.
He's going to reach out and grab his arm. We do this in wrestling practice and jiu-jitsu all the time. It's very
the edge.
So because a cop grabs him, though, then they have to age restrict it and demonetize it. That was everything I showed right there on the short, right there.
And
that demonetized my whole video.
Yeah, he arrested me.
Our reporting also.
Listen, just so you guys know, I'm going to come out with a whole line of products, hats, wristbands. I am not going to rely on YouTube paying me a dime anymore because they keep on just screwing us. They keep screwing us day in and day out. I got a team of people that work on this channel that rely on this channel for a paycheck, and YouTube is screwing us constantly, day in and day out. Doesn't matter if I cover it with blur or not. They demonetize and age restrict the videos. It's just beyond the pale.
Exposed other problems with the arrest, problems not cited in the DOJ's report. For example, Phoenix officers are not allowed to physically force someone to provide fingerprints, but they did.
I'm not going to give you my fingerprints, man. It's not up to you. I know, but I'm just not going to. Well, it's not up to you. Okay, I know. All right, we'll pull you out and we'll force you then. Oh. Stop. Stop.
There they are, pushing his face into the concrete and breaking his face. Look at what they're doing to him, and he's done nothing. He's shown no violence. He's hurt nobody. Nothing. He's done nothing wrong.
Relax your hand.
Why? Let me ask you a question. Why are their hands even on his head and on his face? This is just outright torture.
Stop.
Why are they both hands pushing his face into concrete? Is there some sort of weapon on his nose?
Force you then.
Why are we being... I'm not going to explode. I am not going to explode. Why are we allowing this to happen to us? This is your cousin, your brother, your next door neighbor, your lover. This is every person in your family. Look at what they're doing to him and how the treatment is. What's the arrest for? Obstructing? By coming up and telling them to go F themselves, that's obstructing. By arguing with him, you're obstructing. It's just so disgusting. These guys should all be charged with assault. PB, police brutality, assault. They should all be charged with battery, each and every one of them. What are they all doing here?
Pull you out and we'll force you then.
What is he doing with this thing here? Now, why are they pushing on the back of his head and pushing his face into the concrete? Why?
Stop.
Why are they pushing his face into the concrete?
Stop. Relax your hand.
One of the main cops involved was this officer. We've told you about him before. He's the one who shot a protester in the groin in 2020. The shot leading to this hate speech-inspired challenge coin. Now, we also exposed that officer and another involved in this arrest were both on the Brady list, and police and prosecutors didn't drop the charges.
There's the abuse. There's the abuse. This is the pig right here. But listen to what he says in the background here as you're watching. He says prosecutors dropped the charges against him.
Speech-inspired challenge coin. Now, we also exposed that officer and another involved in this arrest were both on the Brady list, and police and prosecutors didn't drop the charges until the morning of trial.
They dropped the charges. Look, watch his wrist right here. They dropped the charges against this guy after they abused him. So he's perfectly fine. They got a cop on this arm. They got a cop on this arm. They got another pig here. They got this abusive pig here.
The Brady.
And now watch with this. So look what he does. He grabs his wrist and tries to break it. Watch.
Police and prosecutors didn't drop the charges until the morning.
Did you see the shake? Watch the cop's hand shake because he's trying to break the man's wrist. He's using all of his might to hurt him. Watch the cop's hand shake.
We're both on the Brady.
Watch the cop's hand. Watch how it shakes because he's using all of his strength to try to break the guy's wrist.
And police and prosecutors didn't drop the charges until the morning of...
What? How in God's name? How in God's name is that not a fireable, chargeable offense? Let's just watch it again real quick. He's going to grab his wrist and torque it against the bend the wrong way. It's a hinge. The wrist is a hinge, right? And he's going to bend it.
Prosecutors didn't drop the...
What the are we looking at here? How is this cop not being prosecuted for battery? Peace officer certificate stripped. How is this allowed? It's you and it's me who have allowed this to happen. You know who it really is? You fucking baby boomers. You scum. I hate to blame every baby boomer. It's the baby boomers who allowed this to happen because it was happening to blacks. And you know as well as I do, you got an uncle, you got a cousin, you got a grandpa who's a boomer or greatest generation that was racist as fuck, and you know it. And they would say, get them Nners and treat them however they need to be treated. We allowed this to happen in the name of racism.
Prosecutors didn't drop the charges until the morning of trial. That's when a judge ruled officials could not hide those officers' troubled pasts from the jury.
The fact that the officer was on the Brady list is relevant, and the court will deny the request that precluded from testimony in this matter.
But Turiano wasn't the only officer on scene with a history. Remember the first officer, Brian Alvarado? Well, on the morning of trial, prosecutors claimed they just got a new internal investigation showing Alvarado submitted timesheets requesting to be paid for more hours than he worked.
And we've got this report from Alvarado today. The state no longer believes we have a reasonable likelihood of conviction, so it's in the interest of justice to dismiss it.
Somebody help me!
Here's the last thing the DOJ wrote about this arrest. When we spoke to the man, he told us he had multiple cuts and bruises from the encounter and continues to experience nerve damage from his injuries over a year later.
No, they didn't. No, random American? No, they didn't. The police state is created by people on the right at the Supreme Court. That's and so Democrats will back them up on it. But most of the time, our rights are stripped and given to the cops through the Supreme Court, through conservative Supreme Court justices. But the liberals join right in with them. But the conservatives, the First Step Act. So the First Step Act was a law, a federal law that was signed into effect by Trump that was written during the Obama administration. And what the conservatives did, the Republicans did, is they watered down the First Step Act. It was going to be all state prisons, all federal prisons. The First Step Act let you out of jail if you were sentenced too harshly. Like you're in jail for obstruction for 4 months, like you would be let out of jail using the First Step Act. Well, what Republicans and conservatives did is they made it so it was just a federal, just federal jail. You only got out of jail if you were sentenced for too long in federal jail. And so it's not Democrats who did this. If you really want to know, it's mostly people who are conservatives who give our rights to the police. And I'm pretty conservative. You heard me. I carry my gun right here. I'm pretty conservative, but I don't buy into nonsense. This guy says it's from the Jews. Okay. I don't know if the Jews are doing this. I just saw the cop do it.
He explained that he sometimes changes his route to avoid passing a police station. I'm moving around the city much differently, he said.
You're bringing this on yourself.
I agree with David and my buddy over there at The Disturbing Illusion, where he says there is no left, right, they're the same.
Oh, yeah.
And look at this. Look how he's being treated. His face is bloodied from his face being slammed into the concrete, and they're abusing him.
I'm proud of your bravery for surviving.
The bottom line here, the DOJ says Phoenix officers don't understand free speech, and they don't understand that you can't hurt someone or arrest someone just because they get called a bad name. And the internal investigation into the incident you just saw highlights that further. Records show 2 officers were given a written warning for forcibly taking fingerprints, but there was no investigation into whether the arrest was retaliatory. You can catch up on our series at abc15.com/DOJ. I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Dave, I've already caught up with your series, bro. I've watched every one that you've made so far. Once again, Dave Biskobing.
The Department of Justice found Phoenix police not only kill too many people, officers also repeatedly use unjustified, non-lethal force, and they use it without warning and when no force is necessary. From tackles, takedowns, and hog-tying people to pepper balls, tasers, and canines. I'm ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biskobing, and
why are cops allowed to shoot us with tasers and pepper balls? Whoever approved that? Well, they did. They did it.
This is another story in our...
So read the top of this. Department of Justice, Phoenix PD uses unreasonable, less lethal force, pages 24 through 28 of the DOJ report on the Phoenix Police Department. Let's find this report here. Let's find this up here at the top and let's read it together. If someone can find it and send it to me, that would be great.
Special series, breaking down the DOJ's historic report and turning it into video. To follow along, scan the QR code to pull up an official copy of the DOJ's findings. In this
well, there you go, you bad chicken. There it is right there. I'm going to see if does it work? It sure does. It sure does. I got it right there. Investigation of the City of Phoenix Police Department. How many pages is this? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Story, we're focusing on the issues about
It's 128 pages, folks.
Lethal force on pages 25 through 28. These are body camera videos from cases found in a section of the DOJ report titled, Phoenix PD uses unreasonable force immediately without giving people warning or an opportunity to comply.
Hey, how you doing there, partner?
And this is the first example.
Stop!
Quote, officers approached a man in a parking lot after he was seen in a stolen car.
Get down now! Get down on the ground, man! Get down on the ground! Man. Get down on the ground! I'm on the ground!
The man had his hands up, but less than 2 seconds after yelling at him to lie down, an officer grabbed him by his hair with one hand while pointing a gun at him with his other hand. The officer threw the man to the ground and wrapped his arm.
It looked like he pistol whipped him. Did you see it?
Get down on the ground! I'm on the ground!
So who hit that? You see that? That was a hit, or you can hear it. Listen closely. You can hear the...
Get down on the ground, man! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground! I'm on the ground!
The man had his hands up, but less than 2 seconds after yelling at him to lie down, an officer grabbed him by his hair with one hand while pointing a gun at him with his other hand. The officer threw the man to the ground and wrapped his arm around the man's neck, while 3 other officers pulled the man's legs and hands in different directions.
Put your arm behind your back. I'm trying, man.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This so-called policy of lay on the ground. We're not in Vietnam, bro. This isn't the Korean War. We're not on the beaches of Normandy. We don't want to lay on our belly on the grounds as free Americans. I don't want to be told to get on my knees. I'm not going to get on my knees. I don't want to live on my knees so you can feel safe, you fucking pig. It's just, look what we're allowing to happen to people, and they're saying it's in our policy. The policy has to be changed. Do you not understand that? The policy has to be changed. You get it? This is a police policy that you and I did not approve of. Lay on your belly, enter a POW style of arrest because I'm suspicious of you. Your car's coming back stolen. That's a felony stop. Gun's got to go to your head. This is just such bullshit. This is just such bullshit. And I'm tired of it.
Your arm behind your back, one commanded. The man responded, I'm trying.
Left arm, guys, left arm. Oh!
Look, a bunch of freaking animals. You wonder why we call them pigs? He's on top of him. He's pushing him down on top of him more.
What the you guys doing, man? Ow, 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 ow. Just relax.
Oh, just relax? You fucking pig. You piece of shit pig. He can't just relax. You got 4 guys on top of him, you cock piece of shit.
You guys doing, man? Ow, 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 ow.
Okay. All right. I can hear my language. Okay. I don't want to start cursing and screaming, but this is disgusting. Why? Why have we allowed this to become the policy, procedure, and protocol? Why have we allowed this? Why are you and I allowing this to perpetuate? Because you're locked in this left-right paradigm. That it's the left, no, it's the right, no, it's conservatives, no, it's liberals, no, it's Republicans, no, it's Democrats. They're the same. Which I was trying to tell American Patriot or Random American earlier. It's both of them. They're both doing it to us. The Republicans and Democrats. The Republicans write a cop-sucking bill. The Democrats endorse it. The Democrats write a cop-sucking bill that gives them our rights, that gives them our liberty, and the Republicans endorse it. I'm just so tired of it. I'm so tired of seeing this and getting upset. It's just so frustrating to watch this. I'm going to try to keep my language in check here. I'm getting more angry as I watch this.
Just relax. I didn't even do
Just relax, and he's done nothing wrong.
nothing, man. You just came and start beating me up. Nobody's beating you up. You were just choking me right now.
Are you? Nobody's beating you up. Wait for it. There he is right there. Oh, they're blurring the cop's face so we can't see the evil demon. So he doesn't want to be scared later.
Beat me up.
Nobody's beating you up, and he's got his knee across the back of his neck.
Yeah. You were just choking.
He's sitting on the guy's head. He's sitting on him. But nobody's beating him up.
Look at me right now. I had my
Look at that.
beat me up. Nobody's beating you up. You were just choking me right now.
Look at that. That is unbelievable. Who in the world ever said that this should be a policy or a procedure or a protocol? Who in the world ever said that this is the right way to treat free Americans who are not convicted of a crime? Who agreed to this? Who put this policy in place? It's unbelievable. He's sitting on top of the guy. He's sitting on top of him. His knees across, his ankles on his neck, his knees in the middle of his back. You got another cop pushing on his back. How's he going to get air into his diaphragm? If you can breathe, you can talk. That's not true. That's not true. You might be able to talk because your diaphragm holds a certain amount of air in it, even when you're out of air. But once that air is exhausted, you can't get new oxygen in when there's too much weight on you. And you can talk all the way till the oxygen's gone and then you die. Whoever said this was whoever created this policy, which of you voted for this policy and said, yeah, it's a good idea. Put him in torture cuffs and then put your knees on his back. I welcome everybody. Motivation here. Manu Life Motivation. Thanks for coming, brother.
I had my hand partner.
In this case, the DOJ wrote, an officer rushed into an apartment without announcing his presence, lifted a woman from behind, and pulled her outside. The officer then kicked her legs out from under her and slammed her face first into the sidewalk, splitting her chin on the concrete. Out from under her. And the officer.
Welcome to another demonetized and age-restricted rendition of delete laws, because if you expose the thin blue line for the scum-sucking pigs they are, they'll demonetize your video so you can't make any money.
Officer then kicked her legs out from under her
and slams her face down to the ground.
Slammed her face first into the sidewalk, splitting her chin on the concrete. The woman was bleeding on the ground less than 40 seconds after the officers got out of the car.
You bust my chin. All right. I need to know your badge number. Don't worry. No.
From review of the body-worn camera footage, it's unclear the woman even knew it was a police officer who grabbed her. In this one, the report says, an officer tackled a man without warning for allegedly shoplifting $38 worth of food from a grocery store.
He grabbed her stuff and she ripped it out of her hands and turned around and took off running.
As the officers pulled up, one yelled, "Stop," out the window.
Hey, stop! Stop! Stop!
The man continued to walk, seemingly unaware that the officer was yelling at him. Seconds later, both officers jumped out of the car, ran at the man, and pushed him to the ground. Later, one officer bragged to the other.
You like that impact push-up? Sick.
What?
Impact push?
That's good. Okay.
In the 3 incidents you just watched, records show Phoenix PD found all of them within policy. Now, in this section of the report, the DOJ also found that Phoenix officers shoot pepper ball and gas canisters in the same way, without warning, without being necessary. Here's an example cited by the DOJ.
Hands now! Hands! Now! Hands! Get on the ground! Hands!
Whoever approved the cops shooting you with pepper balls? Who approved that? Did you ever get was there any kind of referendum on the ballot? Was there any kind of, what was the process where cops could shoot you with pepper balls? Who agreed to that? I didn't see the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Is that Chad Crum? Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thanks for the super chat. And then welcome Manu Life Motivation. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a ton. I'm just seeing it. I didn't ever vote for pepper balls. I never voted for that.
Hands! Up in the air! Stop showing his hands. Get down!
Quote, in one incident, a group of officers shot 40-millimeter foam rounds, a taser, and over 20 pepper balls at an unarmed man within 20 seconds of announcing their presence. The officers plan to take the man into custody for 2 open felony warrants related to probation violations. The DOJ,
and now look at them on top of him.
Also highlighted felony.
I mean, look at these rabid dogs, pigs. So the cops don't want me to call them pigs, right? My family back home is like, why do you got to be so abrasive? Why do you got to call them pigs? Okay. Look, let's examine that. Let's take a look at it. And this is for my editors here. We're at 1 hour and 14 minutes. Let me ask it clear. I call them pigs, but they don't want to be called pigs. Okay, but they don't want to be called pigs. Let's examine The reason why I call them pigs. Let's check it out together. So let's check it out.
Seconds of announcing their presence. The officers plan to take the man.
Look at this guy jerk the guy's. He's on the ground, completely locked up from the 50,000 volts of electricity. Watch this cop run up and grab his leg and rip it like he's taking on someone in a wrestling match and it's a fair match with a referee. Wait. See this cop right here? He's going to run in and grab his leg and watch what he does. See the leg right there? Watch.
The officer.
Look at that. What a beta male puss.
Officers plan to take the man into custody for 2 open felony warrants related to probation violation.
And why is he on probation? Who knows why? The system is a meat eater where it needs more meat.
The DOJ also highlighted this. Officers told us that quickly using more less lethal projectiles would reduce the need for lethal force.
But that's not true. When you beat, abuse, and hurt people, it doesn't matter what kind of force it is. They could have killed him by tasing him. They could have killed him by shooting him with the pepper balls. It's so stupid.
Phoenix PD not only instructed officers to be proactive with projectiles, it took the weapons away from officers who did not use them enough. So basically, use it or lose it.
Phoenix PD not only instructed officers to be proactive with the projectiles, it took the weapons away from officers who did not use them. What a sick... Oh. And who are the pigs that are doing that? It's the boomers. It's the boomers. The boomers and the Gen X pigs who are now the captains and lieutenants. They're the ones telling the Generation Z and millennials, you have to use these or we're going to take them away from you. But you know what's going to happen? Zero. Nothing will happen. Nothing will change. Oh, they're on a federal decree. Doesn't matter.
Use them enough. So basically, use it or lose it. Now, in this series, we're also doing other stories on other issues with non-lethal force, including tasers, canines, and hog tying restraints.
So this is my buddy Brian. If you guys are not, let me drop his channel down in the chat for you. My buddy Brian started this channel. Now, let me be clear. Brian and I don't agree. I think you should vote. And he pushes not voting. But he does have some really good videos on here on the disturbing illusion where he breaks down the left-right paradigm as though there's some sort of difference. There's earlier I told the random American or American Patriot, whatever that guy's name was. I said, David, I don't do panels, brother. I don't do anybody's panels. I won't do a panel. I don't want to take people on and have people try to challenge me. I'm not interested. I would have you on just by yourself if you have something to talk about, but you shoot me an email and let me know what you have to talk about. So the disturbing illusion, this is Brian from Here's the Deal. This is his new backup channel. And, he could definitely use a little support. So I want to just show his channel. And he's, look, he's only got 464,000 views lifetime and the channel's a month old. So got a lot of great videos on here. And I find Brian extraordinarily entertaining and interesting. He has a lot to say. So I told him I would just kind of give his channel a shout out because I want to support him. He supported me when I was in the dungeon, went live on my channel. And hopefully you guys are following my friend, Ask Michael Eline. If you're not following Ask Michael Eline, let me pull up his channel too and drop it in the chat. This is and look, Michael Eline and I don't agree on everything either. I don't agree with Brian on everything either. We're not going to agree on everything. We never are going to agree on everything, but we agree on enough that I want to support these guys. So that's Michael Eline's channel. If you guys want to get over there and subscribe to his channel, tell him Delete Laws sent you. I really appreciate it. It's been Prison Planet. What's going on? When did investigate, detain, and arrest change to unlawfully violate, detain, handcuff, beat, bash, tase, and murder? And only then the cops start to investigate. And it's the cops investigating the cops. So, I don't agree. It's just a boomer. I don't agree. It's just boomers. It's allowing. No, there's, and I get mad sometimes. Sorry to the boomers who definitely are not cop suckers. I apologize to the boomers who I didn't mean to branch you all together. It's just, I get so frustrated with seeing this. I get so frustrated with seeing it. And I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it. I just cannot stand it. I'm just so tired of it. I'm at my wit's end. And the only way to change it is to get a job in leadership where you can change it. So, you know, Rachel Anderson said, I like Brian a lot, but I disagree with his anarchy takes. I do not support it. I don't either. I'm pro rule of law. That's what I'm for. I'm for rule of law. It would not work. Holding politicians accountable is where it starts, and getting money out of politics. That's the 2010 case of Federal Election Commission versus Citizens United. Citizens United was a group of billionaires who created a coalition called Citizens United. It has nothing to do with us being united. And they made it so that any corporation could put as much money as they wanted into politics. So, yeah, I don't agree with Brian about anarchy or voting. I'm all for voting, and I need you guys to be registered to vote for when I run for office. But that's Michael Eline's channel. If you guys want to get over there and subscribe to his channel. And then this is the Disturbing Illusion channel with my buddy Brian. I find Brian extraordinarily entertaining. We don't agree on everything. The other day, Brian and I talked on the phone for 2 hours straight about voting, not voting. And, you know, I wish we could have these conversations out loud publicly, but I don't want to hurt Brian and he doesn't want to hurt me. And so both of us have a little bit of fear that we're going to make some counterpoint and hurt the other guy. And I don't want to hurt Brian, man. I love the guy. He's literally one of my best friends. And so I've asked him to do a couple public conversations, and he said he doesn't want to hurt me. And then I think to myself, I don't want to hurt him either. You know, so say I get a great point in on my buddy, like, I know, listen, I said I was sorry to the boomers. He just said I'm a boomer and I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to group all the boomers together. I had a conversation today on The Homeless Romantic, on the channel called The Homeless Romantic. Let me show you guys that guy's channel real quick. We did a 2-hour stream today. Homeless Romantic. And it was right here, The Homeless Romantic. So this is The Homeless Romantic's channel. I did 2 hours with him this morning, and we talked about all kinds of things. If you guys want to get over and subscribe to his channel, you can see that 2-hour video coming out. I know you're not that way, Leanne. I'm Gen X, and I'm also not that way. So remember, it is Friday night tonight. 2-for-1 trifolds all through the weekend. 2-for-1 trifolds. Go to deletelaws.com and get a trifold. Invoke your Fifth Amendment right. These are sweet, man. These are absolutely sweet. They really are. It'll really help you a lot. The OTVO is here. What is going on? Matter of fact, since we got OTVO here, can everybody put in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio? Can you put it in the comment section for me, please? If you would. Pretty please with sugar and cherry on top. I do appreciate it. Danelle Brown, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Remember, these will be on the website tomorrow. Team DLZ, OTVO, we don't stop. And thank you, Right Way Ministries, for showing me where to get these and get these printed up. And we don't stop, OTVO, Team DLZ. So Shanta and Steve, the two people who I sent hoodies out to, I already put one of these in your hoodie. Check the inside pocket of your hoodie. I already gave you guys one of these because your sweatshirt took like forever to get until I get. May I have another brew, please? Says Jim. Yes, you can. Dakota Wolf is here. What is going on? Manny, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Russ, how are you, Russ? Nice to see you. Gary Bryant is here. Doggett, Tex is here. Jennifer is here. Chad, we saw you earlier. Wanda Meese. What is going on, Wanda? How are you, my friend? Jennifer, it's good to see you, says Wanda Meese. Nice to see you. Sal Salar, good to see you, Sal. How are you, my friend? I vote DLZ. I need you guys to be registered to vote. I don't agree with some of my friends about voting, and I think you should vote. I think that you should vote. So this is the podcast I was on earlier today. You guys will see that come out. Yes. So just so you know, I have hats coming. Jody, I think you and I have shared some emails back and forth. I've gone through a transition getting out of jail. I got new people shipping now. So if anything gets messed up, just shoot me an email to DLZ Clips, and I'll work it out with you no matter what. I don't care. I want to make sure that everybody has a trifold in their car. If you can't afford one, you can email me and I'll email you a digital copy. You can print out 50 copies, give them to friends and family, but everybody has to have a trifold in your car. Go to deletelaws.com, deletelaws.com. Dan Hanlon, JBT Pigs. Good to see you, Jody, says Wanda. It's always good to see you, Jody. We don't stop, says Brick. It's nice to see you, Brick. John Smith, Smile and Chili Pepper. Good to see you, my friend. Everybody is so hopelessly dependent on the system. Yeah, there was a big, who wrote that? Was that Spike Jones? Who wrote that? I just read someone's, I just read a thesis on this where they said that the reason why America has become authoritarian is because American citizens are so uneducated that they need the government to tell them what to do every second of every day. And they said some whopping number, like 70 or 80% of people need to be told what to do every day. So I don't know. I don't know. Just don't call them pigs at gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of Lesso TVO, hit them up at just don't call them pigs at gmail.com. Writes On, always good to see you, my friend. My friend Writes On has a channel as well. Let's take a look at that. You guys can, I'll drop his link. Writes On, Writes On, Writes On. I can't find you in here. Writes On, Revisit Retired. Ooh, gross. Gross. Oh, okay. So this was Beth Rist. I'm a subscriber to her channel. And then she did a video here that listed Writes On in it. So let me see if I can.
Hi, this is
Beth Rist. Beth Rist. I can't find you, Writes On. You can drop your link in the chat, Writes On, so we can try to share your channel with as many people as we can. As many people as we can. It's good to see you. Good to see you guys. Listen, Todd Epperson, what is going on, my friend? What is going on? Remember, tomorrow, these bracelets will be on my website, Team DLZ. These will be on the website tomorrow. You guys can look forward to that. Love you guys. I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Cope Doggy Dog, Chevy, Bruce, Greg, a lot of the old school moderators and supporters. Thank you guys so much. Joel Jeffs is here. Nice to see you, Joel. Thanks for coming, buddy. That's Jennifer. And here's Jennifer. How are you? Yeah. So Jennifer said it correct. Only 285 people. That's on one channel. We're a little over 400 people right now between Twitter and the two other YouTube channels and Facebook. So we're a little over 400 right now, but, they have shadow banned this channel since I got out of jail. I had more views on this channel when I was in jail than since I've been out. So that means somebody in the pig department got a hold of somebody at Google and said, put a filter and suppress that guy's channel. And that's what they're doing. There's no other way to describe it. Before I went into jail, there was always over 1,000 people here. And now if I get 300 people, I feel pretty lucky. I'm like, wow, lucky me. Lucky me. If I would go vertical so that YouTube can take on TikTok, then they would give me lots of views. But I'm not going to do that. I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Was that Milena? There she is. Thanks for coming. I'll see you on the next one.